Hello and welcome. My name is Joseph Ponnou and I'm delighted to have you on this presentation. I commend you on your decision to ensure your financial freedom through work from home opportunity. And I invite you today to pay close attention and take notes wherever necessary, because this presentation could change your life positively and permanently. Now, I'm assuming that you have already watched our other videos and you are convinced that network marketing is indeed a fantastic industry to be in. If you have not yet visited our other videos, I would ask you to first pause this video, go and visit cogs.co/wealth series/OMG videos, and then come back and watch this presentation. All right. So the company we would like to introduce to you today is Goldmine International, a multinational company with a tagline, "Together we grow." And we will show you as we go along this presentation that the company means this. You, I, your friends, we all grow together. Just a little bit of background about this company. The company Goldmine International, or GMI for short, was formed in Norway and it has now been relocated to UK. The company was founded in the year 2000, a very important factor that you must see when you associate yourself with a network marketing company, meaning you should be sure that the company is in good standing, is credible, and it has been in business for at least 5 years plus. As you can see, GMI has been in business for over 12 years. The company's primary products are gold, and the prices range from something like $300 to $3,000. But don't worry, we are not going to ask you to buy these products with your money. We will show you how you could be claiming or redeeming these products free of charge without any money coming out of your hard-earned money from other sources. Now, GMI helps people like you and me earn a lot of money, which translates to $450 a day. Now, isn't that sweet? As we go along, you'll see how we show it. Now, what is that magic number, $450 a day? You see, each of us could have a different value when it comes to what does financial freedom mean. Is it $100 a day? Is it $10,000 a day? Or is it more than that? I'm sure you'll agree that it could differ for each of us. Now, for this company, what we take is, it is $450 a day. And when our people, our customers, come to a level where they start earning $450 a day, we then show them how it is easily possible to multiply this, maybe twice, thrice, or even beyond that. So this means that in one day you would have a maximum income potential of $450, or in a week you could earn $3,150, or which comes to what, $13,500 in a month, or how about looking at it as an annual figure of $164,250 net. Now, ask yourself, whatever is your present earning, if you could make a residual income, an additional income of $164,250 every year, would it bring about some changes in your lifestyle? Perhaps a better house, perhaps your dream car, or how about an exotic vacation? But then, let's face the reality. If you are to start a conventional business and you want to earn a net profit of $150,000 a year, what should be your gross profit? Now, for those of you who may not be very familiar with this, it means that out of what you earn, as a company, you would be spending a substantial amount of that towards your overheads, such as your office rent, your salaries, your communication and transport, and so on and so forth, right? So you need to earn at least $300,000 a year to be able to keep $150,000 out of that as your net profit. But to earn $300,000 as your gross profit in a year, how much do you think would be the investment required? Now, assuming that you are in a business which would bring you something like a 10% rate of profit, the capital investment required would be $3 million, because you would probably have to keep stocks, you would probably have to give credit in the market and things like that. Wow, $3 million. But even assuming that you have all the business knowledge that would be required to run such a business, even assuming that you have the right people to run it along with you and you have the absolute domain knowledge and you put in a lot of effort into that, would it ensure that you would not at all require any further investments? Or going forward, would it even guarantee that just because you brought in $3 million, you are guaranteed to get a net profit of $150,000 a year? Absolutely not. There could be so many surprises in this business. There could be so many unforeseen situations which would probably bring about situations where you might not get the planned amount of profit. But you would still agree that if you want to make serious money, you need to get into something that would help you to do that. So how about if we showed you a way where you do not have to bring in a capital investment of $3 million? Let's take 10 off that, and how about if we show you how you could bring in just $300,000 and make the same $150,000 as a net profit in that year? Wow, that's wonderful, right? That's just 1/10 of the investment that we're talking about here. Except that most people don't have that kind of money to invest. And even if they had, that is still a huge risk. $300,000? No way. Okay, how about if we remove one more zero and present you an opportunity where you would bring $30,000 and still have the opportunity to earn the same $150,000 in a year? That's really interesting, except that, well, probably you don't really have that money either, right? How about if, let's make the deal a lot more sweeter. How about if I tell you that, come on, it's not 3 million, it's not 300,000, it's not 30,000. We will offer you a genuine opportunity for only $3,000. And if you are willing to put in genuine efforts, if you're willing to learn what we are willing to teach you, then you could easily and comfortably start earning a residual income of $150,000 year after year after year. That, I'm sure you'll agree, sounds really, really interesting and awesome. Let's move on and get specific about what is Goldmine International's business model. What is in it for you and what is required of you? So in GMI, your business starts with a purchase of just $70 and delivery charges, which differs depending on the country you live in. 70, and that is it. Now, just to emphasize, we are talking about not an investment, we are talking about purchase of a tangible physical product once only. There is no expiry and you could have this business going on forever. There is no membership fee, nothing to renew every year, no hidden charges. This business is net based and therefore you could be doing it anywhere in the world. The company is not going to come back to you and say you need to buy something every month, and you don't have to be a stockist holding stocks. Now, let me make something very clear here. Ethical practices, best practices of network marketing, companies says that the company should have a consumable product, or there should be a product which the customer should be able to buy on a regular basis, so that the company's primary business is strong enough to be able to pay its customers slash agents slash affiliates on a regular basis from the profits made thereby. Now, GMI is no different. We are not saying that there is no product involved and you do not really have to take products from the company. But the difference is that unlike in many direct selling companies, the company GMI will not tell you that to earn your commission, to qualify for your commission, you have to shell out money from your pocket and necessarily buy products first, earn points, sell products, and only then will you be able to get your monthly commissions. No. Here we reverse the scenario for it. Once you are in business, we show you how to earn money. And once you are earning, we will show you how you could keep aside a small portion of that earnings and redeem the products of the company, which actually amounts to purchasing it, with the difference that the money does not go out of your pocket, it goes out of your earnings from the same company. And I hope that's clear. So for those of people who think that in companies, especially GMI, that there is no product and therefore it's not correct to do that, I would beg to differ. There are products, the company sells it to you on a regular basis. However, it makes it very convenient that you will be buying, or in other words, you will be redeeming those products out of the earnings that you're able to generate from the same company. Yeah, I hope that's amply clear for you. All right. Let's move on. So what kind of products are we talking about for a product cost of $70? Now, it's your option, and you could choose from a range of watches. As you could see, there are models for men as well as for lady folk. There are beautiful gold-plated pens, and there are also quantum energy pendants. I'm sure most of you know the value of it, the benefits of that, and if you don't know about it, it's very easy to go into the YouTube and check for the benefits it gives you. So the important thing is that for the money that you put in, you are actually buying a tangible product. It is not a situation where somebody comes and tells you, okay, I want you to put in $100, $480, or $800, and guess what? I'm going to give you a holiday package if you qualify for it after 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years. No. In GMI, in Goldmine International, on day one, when you are joining as a member, you are actually becoming a customer, and you buy yourself a very tangible product of your choice. All right. Now, let's get on to the specifics of the business model. GMI has multiple plans, but for the sake of this presentation, we will be focusing on a plan which is called 3/3 Advanced, or 3/3A, which is the most popular, I would say, among the plans that the company has. Now, imagine you are today becoming a customer of the company and you buy a product for $70. Now, along with that, the company says, thank you for becoming our customer, and we hope you enjoy your product. We hope you like the product, and would you like to recommend this product to some of your friends? And to say thank you for recommending your friends and customers, we will compensate you financially. And this is how the model is built. Imagine you have a virtual left and a virtual right. Now, you could easily go and introduce the product and the company to your friend Peter and your neighbor Nadia. Now, Peter and Nadia also would be encouraged to use the product and introduce that product and the company to their friends and relatives, Krishna, Mary, Sita, and Ahmed. Now, the company keeps track of this, and so can you from your back office, which will be given to you free of charge. And every time you have 3 people on your left-hand side and 3 people on your right-hand side, the company pays you $30. A couple of points to note here. This means that presently you have 6 people, which amounts to a $5 per customer signing in your organization. However, the payout is done when you have 3 people on your left side and 3 people on your right side. Now you will observe that the position of the 3 people here and the position of the 3 people here is absolutely different. It does not matter. What matters is that 3 of them are on your left and 3 of them on your right. Also note that it is possible that Ahmed could have been introduced by you, or Ahmed could have been introduced by Peter. Likewise, Mary could have been introduced by you or by Nadia, or for that matter by Krishna. It doesn't matter. Whoever has introduced is something that does not matter at all. And as long as you have 3 people on your left and 3 people on your right, you stand to earn $30. All right. Now, so simple, isn't it? You just go and make sure you have 3 people on your left and 3 people on your right. This is very true. However, the reality is that while there are many people who could introduce maybe even 10 or 25 or 50 customers in a day or week, there are many people who would find it difficult to introduce even those 6 customers. And therefore GMI has a very, very unique scheme which is there to motivate you. So let's assume now you have gone and introduced Peter on your left and Nadia on your right. You have a $5 plus $5 in your virtual account. However, the company is typically going to wait till you have another 2 and 2 on each side, right? But GMI says, hang on, we understand that as a newbie, as somebody who's just stepping into network marketing, it's not easy for you to go and get 6 people, because you need confidence, you need to trust the company, you need to trust the business model, you need to taste the physical dollars coming into your hand. So guess what? For just bringing 1 person on your left hand side and 1 person on your right hand side, the company will automatically immediately reward you with the same $30, which is normally given for 3 plus 3. So the same $30 is now given to you for just bringing 1 on your left and 1 on your right. And this is called as Gold Motivational Step. And as the name says, it is meant to be a motivation for you. So what happens? Peter goes and introduces 1 on the left and 1 on the right. Nadia does the same. And guess what? Both of them have qualified for their Gold Motivational Step. And both of them have now earned $30 each as well. Now, this is a position for which you have already been paid, and now you have 2 unpaid sales on your left and 2 unpaid sales on your right. When any one of them goes and introduces one additional customer, then now, as you can see, the counter has gone to 4 on your left and 4 on your right, and you get another $30. Now note that it's only the very first time that you as a customer get the motivational step, and subsequently, because the plan is 3 and 3, you will be getting $30 every time there are 3 on your left and 3 on your right. All right? Now, so this could go on and on and on. And as I mentioned earlier, you don't have to worry whether these people were introduced by you or this person or this person or this person. And that is why when you form your organization, it is very important that you don't start running like a salesman and try to sell. In fact, we discourage you from selling. We always say that you should invite a customer to this program, show them the benefits, show them how to bring in new customers, and show those customers the benefit so that it keeps going on and on and on. So note that the $30 is keeping on going on as the new customers coming in, and doesn't matter whether the customer was introduced by you, and it does not also matter what is the position of these customers coming under you, provided there is a balance on your left as well as on your right. Now, something to note. The 5th step you get the same $30, but while the first 4 steps of $30 is for you to encash, the 5th step is given to you as a gold voucher. And this is something that goes into your account, and you would be using these as they grow to purchase, or rather redeem, any of the company's products. Now, yes, we have set as gold because a lot of customers do prefer to take gold products. However, you're welcome to take the gold-plated pens or gold-plated watches and so on and so forth. So just to recap on that point and emphasize so that there's no ambiguity or a doubt in your mind, because these are something which you should tell each customer you're introducing so that in the future they do not become upset about it, that they were not told about it initially. So step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, $30 which can be encashed. Step 5, $30 as a gold voucher. Again, a repeat of that on each cycle. Let's move on. So here are some of the products that can be redeemed out of the gold voucher that comes to you for every 5th step. You have gold coins, gold jewelry, and a range of watches and a range of pens as well. Great. So here you are, and you have introduced Peter and Nadia. Now, I want you to focus on this. There are a lot of people who have the thought that in network marketing companies especially, it is only the people who joined initially make the most of the money. Well, that is a typical scenario which is true in any industry. But let's demonstrate how it works in this business. All right, so you are in this scenario above Peter. You brought Peter into this business. You probably taught Peter how to develop the business. And for some reason, Peter has been able to take it forward, introduce customers, train those customers, and today Peter has 15 people on one side and 20 people on one side. Now, how much would Peter earn out of that? 15 and 15 paid sales, and the remaining 5 are unpaid sales. So that works out to $150. Now, just to recap, you get $30 for every 3 and 3 balanced. And the easiest way to do this calculation in our model that we are talking about, which is 33A of GMI, just take the lower side of the number on either side and add a 0 or multiply it by 10, and that works out to 150. So again, Peter joined the business with your support. He learned the tricks of the trade from you. He learned to present it from you. And he has today made $150. Wow. And you are above Peter. So typically, how much should you have earned? One would think that because you're above Peter, because you introduced Peter, in some ways you are Peter's boss, you should be paid more, right? But in reality, what is your earning? You now have 36 people on your left side and only 1 person on your right side. Now, thanks to GMI's Gold Motivational Step, you have earned $30, and that is all. Whereas Peter, who joined after you, has already earned $150 and is going to earn a lot more with each passing day. Now, this is what I was thinking is probably springing to your mind, that if somebody in my team stops working, then I don't make any money. Well, let's think differently. Go back to the slide where you had probably thought of investing $3 million or $300,000 to run your business. And you open one branch here and one branch in another city, and you appoint 2 general managers. Now, for some reason, one general manager is performing awesome. You're getting profits month on month. But for some reason, the other branch, the other general manager, the other executive is not able to perform. What would you do? Would you simply sit and wait for good times to come? No. You would probably sack them and take corrective actions. But here is a scenario where you cannot even sack them because probably Nadia is your sister-in-law. So what do? Now, you would go and appoint a deputy general manager, right? Another executive who could do the business and bring you profits. So the same thing is what you do, that you would now go and directly introduce, say, Krishna on one side of Nadia. And now you will obviously spend a lot more due diligence in making sure that this person you introduce is going to understand the business and is going to work, so that, again, your business does not stop and your earnings do not stop. So as this person goes and introduces 2 people, now you have 1, 2, and 3, and you've got your second $30. As those people again go and work further, you get more and more and more money. So there is no reason why your business should stop just because 1 person or 2 people or how many ever people in your organization are not working. Remember, you could always take control of the situation and ensure that you could be earning. Now, point to note, what has Nadia earned now? Now, you have started earning, Peter is earning, for that matter, even Krishna is earning. But what has Nadia earned? Actually, 0, no money, because even the first GMS step of 1 + 1 is not completed here. So the business rule here is very simple. If you don't work, you don't get any money. If you work a little, you get a little money. If you work a lot, especially in your initial days, you will get a lot of money. And as time goes, you will be making residual income, which means you don't work, but money will work for itself and you will still get a lot of money. I hope that point is clear, and let's move on. So looking at a scenario where you are going to be having the opportunity of earning $450 per day, how many people could you help to earn $450 every day? Think of all those people who have touched your life sometime or the other in your lifetime. Think of those people who are in your phone book. Would it be possible to invite some of them for this business and show them how they could also be going towards their financial freedom? Remember, if they do well, it's going to benefit you. Together, we grow. Okay, now I want you to focus on this and see how much really you could be earning, because it's very important that you understand the beauty of this model, the power of this model, so that you could put your heart and soul and work on it. So we will assume and take it for granted that even though you might be a person who could introduce 10 customers in a day, we will take it that you will introduce only 2 people in 1 month, and every person in this organization or in this downline would also introduce the same one each in a full 30 days. So in 1 month, you have introduced 2 people, and because the company gives you a gold motivational scheme for just 1 and 1, you have made $30. Now these 2 people go and introduce their 2 and 2 in month 2. However, in that month, you do not make any money, because we are talking about a plan which requires you to have 3 people on your left and 3 people on your right. It doesn't go waste, it just gets carried forward. Now in month 3, these people go and introduce their own 2 each, which works out now to 2 + 2, which is 6 on your left and 6 on your right as unpaid sales. So that brings you $60. Move on, month 4, you make $60 and you have 2 and 2 as your unpaid sales. Fast forward, 5th month, $180, 6th month, $320, 9th month, $2,560. Wow. Now, it is probably running in your mind as to, is it really possible? For which I would like to tell you a nice story. You know, when chess was created and presented to the then emperor, he was extremely pleased, and he said, "Fetch the creator of this game, I want to reward him." And so this man steps forward, and the king asks him, "My good man, what can I give you? I'm so delighted with the game that you have created for me." And the man says, "Your Highness, I'm but a poor peasant. What would I do with gold and silver? I would ask you, if you wish to compensate, that perhaps on day one you could give me just 1 grain of rice on this block. On the second day, you just double that and give me 2 grains of rice on the second block. On the third day, that may be doubled, please, and 2 into 2, 4. So let's keep on doubling it for each of these blocks, and you have 64 blocks. So all you need to do is, for 64 days, you just start with 1 grain on the first day and keep doubling it for 64 days. The king says, "That is it? Is that what you want?" And he thinks, what a fool this man must be. And he tells his storekeepers and accountants and advisors, go ahead and grant his wish. Now, somewhere on the 30th day, the storekeeper comes and says, "My lord, we seem to be running out of stocks." And king says, "How can that be? That's not really practical. What's happening?" And they said, "You remember the guy who brought the game chess? Well, all our grains are going to him." And long story short, what happens is one double the next day, double the next day, double the next day, actually comes to 9 million trillion grains on day 64. So theoretically, mathematically, it is absolutely possible that the numbers that we are talking is achievable, is genuine, and let us take it for granted that at this moment of time, for the purpose of calculation, this is how your organization grows. So on the month 1 you make $30, on month 3 you make 60, 60, 180, and keeps going on. Now you can see these are the number of people who are being added to your organization or to your downline, where you have in month 13 4,096 people on your left and 4,096 people on your right. Now if you are like me, you're probably thinking, so in 1 year I have earned $40,960, because this is what I thought when I saw the presentation first. But hang on a minute. What's actually the truth is that you would be earning $80,000 plus in that period, because it is 40,000 plus 20,000 plus 10,000 plus 5,000 and so on. And in a like manner, you have actually 8,000 people on your left side and 8,000 people on your right hand side. Isn't that really interesting? Okay, if you're comfortable with this format, then here is how it works out, that in 13 months you would have 16,000 people and you would have earned $80,000. Now, again, for some of those people who are apprehensive about, is it really possible? Let me tell you that this is absolutely possible. It is possible. However, two scenarios arise. There is never a situation where somebody would have exactly 8,000 people on the left and 8,000 people on the right, or for that matter 500 and 500 or 1,000 and 1,000, or whatever is the figure you want to put. Typically one side would be growing faster and the other side would be growing slower, and that is where you could take control and put in some more leaders, some more people who understand the business on the side which is slower, and make that grow faster as well. The second thing is, we are talking about a scenario where in 1 year you reach 8,000 on your left and 8,000 on your right. While this could be true for some people, or maybe even a lesser time such as 6 months could be true for some people, it is always possible that it takes more time for you, maybe 2 years, maybe 3 years. But then yes, it is absolutely possible that with regular, dedicated, sincere effort and perseverance, there is no doubt that you can grow an organization to have 8,000 and 8,000, which is 16,000 people, or much beyond. Why not 100,000 people? Yeah? Okay. Now, I want you to look at something like this. Now, there are many reasons why people fail in network marketing. And I would like you to focus on one thing. Now, many of the people are probably going to look at it as a $70 business. I mean, how much focus, how much commitment could one bring in for something that is just $70? Would it be the same amount of sincerity and effort that you would put in as when you would have invested $1 million? Now, if you want real success, that is exactly what you should do. Do not think that it is just a $70 business, so I can afford to ignore it and sleep on it for 6 months. No, ma'am. No, sir. You are missing out on opportunity. Now, look at this not as network, not as multi-level, not as downlines. It is actually your organization. Treat yourself as a managing director, a CEO, a president, whatever is the terminology you like. You are the boss. It is your organization. You are going to create it. You should take a lot of pride in that. And these people are right below you are your general managers, your what would you call them? The absolute generals, colonels, whatever name you want to give. So in business languages, maybe they are general managers, regional managers, sales reps, and so on and so forth. Take care of them, train them, percolate your values and missions and thoughts down, and then you will see that when you are earning $80,000 as we showed you in 1 year, your general managers are going to earn $40,000 each in that period, and your regional managers are going to earn $20,000 each in that year, $10,000 for the next level, and so on and so forth. Now imagine a situation where you've reached $80,000, and at that day I come to you, and on that day I come to you and say that, you know what, you remember the presentation I gave you and you joined and bought a watch for $70. I just realized that it's not a good business. I suggest you should stop that business. Now, do you think you would take my word at that time and say, yeah, fair enough. If you say so, I will take your word, and I'm going to drop everything I have to do with that company, and I'm no longer going to enjoy the $80,000 that would come to me next year or the next month. No, there is no way that you will listen to me, because you are seeing success. The company is paying you, and why would you want to drop it and not work on that? Now, how about your GMs? If you go to them and say that, let's stop this business, let's not worry about the $40,000 it's giving you, because I don't like it. No, they are not going to listen to you either. So the message is, whether it is $40,000 or $1,000 or $400, when your organization, when your team starts enjoying the real revenues, the income stream, there is no way they're going to stop working. They're going to work harder and harder till each of them reaches this amount and more, right? So let's move on. The big question is, you may have 50,000 people, you may have 16,000 people, but how many of them would be working and how many would not be working? Now, when we say working, what we mean here is on a particular day. Today, how many of them will sign up new customers who would benefit you, and how many of them would not be working? So, can we take a figure of 50% of them working and 50% of them not working? Perhaps, if you're lucky, but chances are it's going to be that maybe 20% of them would work, as the Pareto theory says, and maybe 80% of those people are not going to be successful in bringing in new customers on that particular day. Fair? Let's make it even more tight. Maybe only 10% of those people bring you a new customer, and maybe 90% of them are not successful, or they don't bring you a new customer, they are not working. How about just 5% and 95% being the ratio? What happens in such worst case scenarios? Let me explain. Now, we start on a situation where you have 8,000 people on your left hand side and 8,000 people on your right hand side. Now, as I mentioned earlier, it's really up to you and the people you bring in and how you train them that you might be able to reach this position or situation or number of people in 6 months or 1 year or 2 years. Right? So let's assume that you have now reached 8,000 on your left and 8,000 on your right. And we looked at a scenario where 50% of them are not working and 50% of them are working, which means that on that day you would get 8,000 new customers, which translates to 4,000 on your left and 4,000 on your right. That's 8,000, and that means you should be earning $40,000 US on that particular day. But remember, we mentioned earlier on that your maximum earning potential is $450 a day. So the company GMI Goldmine International will only pay you $450 a day. This is known as a flush out rule, and in some companies they call it as how deep you could go in terms of your earnings and so on. So here, even if there are 8,000 people signing up on a single day, which would typically make you eligible for $40,000, you would only be getting $450 a day, right? So now let's look at a scenario where only 20% people are able to bring you customers, which translates to 3,200 customers, which means on that day you should be getting $16,000. Again, you said it, you will get only $450 on that day. So if only 0.5, not even 5%, we are talking about a 0.5% people in your team get you one customer each on a particular day, which is approximately 90 people, you have 45 signups on your left hand side, 45 signups on your right hand side. And if you look at it, you have got 8,000 people out there getting you 45 new customers in a day. Isn't that really something that would happen? It does work. It does work. And even when you have only 45 customers on your left and 45 customers on your right, what happens? Sorry. You still get paid $450 on that particular day. Hooray! Now, so you earn a lot of money, and it is sitting in your back office, which you will be able to see, but how do you get your money into your bank account? The company will be happy to send it to your personal bank account through a telegraphic transfer or through a check, or you could use that money to sign up new customers and to take cash from them, or like we said, you could buy or redeem some of the company's products, including 18 karat gold or 22 karat gold products. All right. Now, the minute you are a customer slash a partner in business, you are given your own back office, which you can access on the internet with your secure user ID password, and you will be able to see how many people you have in your organization at any point of time, how much is the commission that you've earned, and so on and so forth. And you will see that it is not only a normal user ID password, there are extra levels of security being used so that nobody is able to misuse your particular bank account. Now, when you're logged in, you would also see that you have so many people on your left hand side and so many people on the right hand side. So if you see that you need to work a little more and put in some more new leaders who would grow your weaker side faster, you could always take control of that and do that, right? And the company will be happy to send you checks, as you can see somebody getting on this. And you could always go and add your bank details so that the company could send money to you as and when you get qualified for that. And another very interesting thing in this is that we also allow you to have beneficiaries and partners. For example, if you want to pay, let's say, your parent 20% of whatever you earn, and you want to dedicate another 30%, 50% to your spouse or partner, and so on, all that could be defined here, and the money will be sent by the company accordingly. Here is a certificate of incorporation, which is from UK, and the original one, which was in Norway. And of course, the company uses necessary security features such as the VeriSign and so on. So, Goldmine International invites you, let's grow together. Now, this is indeed not just a name, but in reality, a golden opportunity to achieve your financial freedom, your time freedom. And we really invite you to take your position today to secure your tomorrow. And let's work as a team, help each other, and really grow and make it a successful thing. So what is the next step? The next step is you should take a decision today to qualify to start your own GMI business. You will invite 2 deserving and qualifying people to benefit from this business. Remember, even though you're welcome to introduce hundreds of people, it is not about the number, it is about the quality of people that you bring in. Let them be appreciative of the fact that you are giving them a wonderful opportunity to change their financial future. They must be ready to join, they must qualify to join in your team, and that is when you will find yourself going really towards success very fast. Teach the people you bring to replicate the business model and enjoy the power of duplication and earn awesome residual income. Now, if you have more questions on network marketing, we urge you to go back to the videos on cogs.co/wealth series /OMG videos. And after the second video, you will find that you have several question and answers there being answered. Am I expected to sell? I don't have any experience, so what should I do? And so on and so forth. And if you're ready to take it forward, welcome to the team, and we invite you to send us an email at gmisuccess@gmail.com with your name, your phone number, your country, and email, and we will help you to quickly get started and also help you to further understand the business and to learn how to invite and present the business to your friends, family, and folks so that you find your financial future as soon as it is practically possible. Thank you for being with us and watching this presentation. I hope you did learn a thing or two, and we look forward to hearing from you soon.